Distinguished delegate of Poland, and I now give the floor to the Russian Federation.
Mr. Chairman, our position on disarmaments and the non-proliferation of chemical and biological weapons will be provided in detail in the compendium, and I would like to touch upon our key initiative during the 75th session. We introduced the draft convention's UN Secretary General's mechanism for investigation of alleged use of chemical and biological weapons. It seeks to reaffirm the foundational nature of the CWC and the BTWC on investigating the alleged use of biological and chemical weapons, as well as updating the principles and mechanisms of the Secretary General that have not been adapted since their approval in Resolution 45-7 of 1990. They are clearly outdated and are falling behind the current realities of chemical and biological weapons safety, both from a political and diplomatic standpoint. The acting document also does not provide for coordination between SGs and member states in organizing and conducting investigations, and it does not define basic parameters that would allow to qualify an incident as an intentional use of chemical or biological weapons, which creates great inaccuracies in preparing reports on the outcomes of an investigation. In accordance with the understandings reflected in consensus documents of the BTWC review conferences, it should be stated unequivocally that the use of biological weapons is prohibited by Article 1 of the WTC, and that the updated mechanisms of the Secretary General would allow for the Security Council to address the Secretary General, if necessary, with a request to investigate the alleged use of such weapons. The draft resolution proposes that member states assess the effectiveness of the SG's mechanisms, as well as the implementation of the Annex 1 to the 58 report, and to look at the practicality of the mechanism for member states of the CWC and BWC, and to consider which principles might need updating, as well as share ideas for changes in updating these principles and procedures. The adoption of this resolution, which also accounts for comments by other member states, would commence important work that would allow to strengthen and improve the SG's mechanism, and we call on member states to support our draft resolution. Thank you.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation. I have no other states who requested the floor for a general explanation, which is why